We must keep cash. In a few short decades, we have replaced checks with faster payments and debit cards, debt with credit cards, and instant payments with digital wallets or apps on our phone or watch, all in a race to pay things instantly, but more importantly, to be more efficient for the corporations and scammers to get to our money as quickly as possible. Now the central banks and governments want instant access to all our money by introducing central bank digital currencies, aka CBDCs. We are currently accelerating towards CBDCs with a momentum that will be impossible to stop unless we act now. This is planned at the highest level in all Western countries. Currently, the banknote in your purse or wallet is anonymous. It has no ownership attached, and you can spend it anywhere you want and keep your purchases secret. Central banks around the world now want to replace your cash banknote with a digital banknote, and for you to have all your money in a digital wallet. This will mean there is total visibility on all your money by the central banks and therefore the government. Furthermore, they want to introduce tokens for your assets and use these tokens also like digital money. So if you own a gold wedding ring worth £500, you could have a token worth £500 in your digital wallet. Again, this means that all your wealth is recorded and known by central banks and therefore the government. Once all our money and assets are digitized, the government can control our lives, like the Canadian government did to the truckers during COVID, by freezing their bank accounts. In the future, in the UK, you might have your bank account frozen if you attended a protest and only unlocked when you plead guilty. We must at all costs stop a cashless system and force our government to let us keep cash. In a CBDC society, we are open to the following risks. 1. Our accounts being frozen. 2. The government taking money from our accounts during times of extreme financial crisis so that they can pay national debt. 3. The government could control how much we can withdraw or spend from our accounts, as the Cyprus government did in 2013. 4. If the banking system fails, the doors of the banks will be closed and we can't get to our money. 5. If the grid goes down, either through terrorist activity or a coronal mass ejection, we would not have access to our digital cash. 6. While we use bank cards and digital wallets, the government have a footprint of what we spend our money on, how much we spend, and where we spend it, like a monitoring system. Admittedly, we are all carrying monitoring devices through our mobile phones, but these are managed by third-party providers, not governmental institutions, and it is very difficult to access these systems en bloc all the time, whereas bank systems are able to provide instant access and control to the government. Because of this, we must start to use cash more. It is important we keep a lot of cash in circulation and use it whenever we can. We must make cash too big for the central banks to force a cashless society. NONPOL suggests that we all have a cash contingency stash set aside so we can cope if there is a problem with banks or the digital payment systems. Some people may not be aware that the banks do not have all the money we have in our accounts. They assume we won't all need it at the same time, so they loan our money out to large businesses. If everybody emptied their accounts tomorrow, the banking system would collapse. NONPOL does not want this. The monetary system is a very important part of our daily existence. However, with the need to maintain the control of our money and the flexibility of using cash, there needs to be a balance between cash and bank accounts. NONPOL suggests that as a message to the central banks and governments of the world, and to flex the public muscle, we should have a national or even global cash contingency day. On this day, we all draw out £500, or as much as you can, to have as our personal contingency fund. This would show that the people still have the power over the banks and our money, and should they attempt to enforce a cashless society, we have the power to withdraw our assets in a single day. NONPOL hopes this will never happen, and we want the monetary system to continue. We support the monetary system, but we also want to support the anonymity of cash and the rights and freedoms of the people. In fact, NONPOL would create a UK anonymous distributed cryptocurrency, British Bitcoin, not controlled by the banks or government, but for citizens to have the convenience of a digital wallet, but with full anonymity and flexibility to spend how and when we wish. Watch out for our new video coming soon on how the British Bitcoin would work. Starmer is trying to remove our freedom of speech. Don't let him take away our cash. Support NONPOL, the first UK non-political party, at nonpol.com. We must keep cash.